Happy Saturday. Hey, you guys, I am an hour late. I do apologize, but I am keeping to my commitment to go live more frequently, especially on a Saturday since I am technically off. It's my off day, but as I always share with you all, that could easily change because of the type of career that I have. I am a pediatric home care nurse during the day, so that could easily change. But today I'm actually enjoying my Saturday. I think next Saturday I will be working, so I will not be checking in to say what's up. Um, how are you guys doing? Let me take a minute to see if I am on a couple of these platforms, y'all. And please forgive me if my voice sounds a bit off. It's because I am a little tired and a strange person woke me up at 6 something this morning. I wish you turn your brain off, sir, because that is not the opportunity to kind of hit me up or the time, to hit me up with ideas. But, I respect it. You probably thought I was getting ready for the grind, but I wasn't. So, being the good friend and business partner that I am, I did rise and shine and communicate because that's just how loving I am, right? But anyway, let me see what pages that I'm actually streaming on, and then I'll get into why I did not go live last night for the Peach Edition check-in, but I did actually run the episode from last week. Um this week was a little bit wild, but I'll share how my week was tomorrow on a check-in when I'm on there with Toya. But yeah, let me do some checking around, y'all. I'm sorry. I should have did this before I came on. Like I said, forgive me. I am a little tired, but I am pulling myself together. How was your Saturday going so far? How is the weather where you are? In Delaware, let me peep out my window. It's not sunny. I don't see the sun. It just looks a little groggy out there. I don't like it when it looks that way. It makes me um not feel as warm and fuzzy as I would feel on a sunny day. All right. So yes, I am on TikTok. Hello, TikTok people. Hello. Give people a chance to come on in and check me out. I'm also streaming on my Facebook pages. Oh yeah, I'm on a bunch of little pages. All right. So let's talk about why I didn't go live last night. Number one, I felt exhausted. And again, I won't share my week here. I'll share it tomorrow on the check-in. You got to tune in 7:30 p.m. ish. Some wild shit happened this week. And it took me a while, at least a day or two, to kind of process what could have happened and what did happen. So tap in tomorrow to hear that story. Um and the reason why I didn't go live last night because number one, that last episode, well, the last, not, I'm not going to say the last, my first Peach Edition check-in went to the left, and so my guest decided not to be a part of the actual stream last night, and so everything was so last minute, and then I was caught up in um other business ventures, and then just with my career. So I said, you know what, take a beat, fall back, and let's pull it all together and resume the following week. So the Peach Edition check-in will be back next week, 8 p.m. ish, guest or not. And the topic will be called Get Into the Bag. I will definitely be streaming next Friday. Well, this Friday coming up, 8 p.m. ish. So please tune in. We'll be talking about unconventional ways to get to the bag. It's going to be hot. Hopefully, I find a guest spot in. But if not, I'll just share my experience because I got one hell of an experience to um let you guys know about. It's going to be a fun episode. Hi Shelly, thank you for joining me on TikTok. I see a few other people eyes taking a look at me. If you're looking on the other pages, please say hello. It looks like my actual studio that I'm streaming in this is set up a little differently now. So, I got to get used to this. I got to get accustomed to that. So, yeah, but let's talk about this check-in. So the check-in last week, F Your Type went awry, right? Now y'all know my special guest was Tim. And Tim was supposed to be my guest for this Friday, but he backed out. Um that show, I mean, it was so many comments in reference to something specific Tim said. And I did play the clip last Saturday. Do I have it now so I could play it again? But either way, the clip kind of threw people off. Like people, the women got so upset, and I truly don't understand why. All the man said was he doesn't believe that men should be responsible for paying for your babysitter. Like if you're a lady watching now, when you go out on dates, do you honestly believe that a man should pay for your babysitter? Since when? Like what where do they do that at? And so, the new thing now is to once you have a show, you post clips. And AI just so happened to clip that portion of Tim discussing that. And then I posted it on my TikTok. I posted it on my I posted it on my YouTube. I posted it on my Facebook. I posted it everywhere that clip. And honey, them women went in on him. I was like, oh my God. What's up, Jay? They went in. I'm trying to find it because I know I took a screenshot. Like these ladies just went all the way in on him. They were saying that, they called him a crackhead on there. They was like, you need to mind what you saying. They were saying he was a crackhead. That one of them said, this is what a man is supposed to do, pay for the babysitter. I was like, oh, what? Now I got 3 children, right? And you know what? I probably don't even my opinion probably don't even count because I've been married most of my life. But even if I wasn't, I could not see me going out on a date with a man and the man paying for the damn babysitter. Like I don't even want you nowhere near my kids. I don't even know you. So why would I have the audacity to roll up and ask you for damn babysitting money? And then Tim said it's about 250. I'm like, well, darn, ain't that the date? Shouldn't the date be that? What'd you say, Jay? Then I need a babysitter and an animal sitter. Right. It's just weird. But yeah, they read him for filth on my TikTok. They read Tim for filth, and Tim was just defending himself. Now, one thing about me, right? Because I've been in this content creation game for so long and I've discussed so many topics. I just don't get offended. Like if somebody comes for me based off of my opinion, something I said on the show, then you just gonna have to come, but you're gonna be talking to the hand because I am not responding. I said, listen, sis, bro, I said what the fuck I said, and I'm leaving it at that. I'm not defending nothing. I'm not doing any of the things. So it turned into a fiasco. I think Tim was bothered by it. Um, and so I understand why he didn't want to come back on the show this week because we were talking about getting to the bag. And Tim has an unconventional way that he makes his money. So, yeah, it's very unconventional. And I'm sure after that clip, they probably would have came for him again. But you gotta have like you gotta have tough skin. You really got to have tough skin when you want to be out in this podcasting game. So that is my advice to anybody in any situation. Just know when you go up on these panels or whatever, you are opening yourself up to get read for filth. And you got to be okay with it. So if you not, secure, or you not standing on business, then don't go up there. See me, I stand on business. And what I said in my clips, I believe you me. Not only did I post what he said, that was clipped out, I post clips of myself, and I meant what I said. So if anybody want to come over to come under my clip and come for me, I'm good. I'm not even responding. I just know that, me and you ain't got the same energy. We ain't on the same vibration. Because I know damn well if I met a chick and she got all these kids, I'm not paying 250 for no babysitter. That is not my problem. And if I do decide to do it, I'm doing it because I feel like it. It ain't gonna be because I supposed to. Get out of here. Jay said, I guess they ass is single too. Yeah, yeah. Jay said, I said what I said. Yeah, because this is crazy. I'm just the comments that these women they were. I say, oh my God, let me see if I can find, because these women was real serious about this. Now, granted, let me turn this down. He did say some things like he started out, and even that I wasn't opposed to. Everybody has their opinion. When he made the statement about in dating, women, particularly black women, expect black men to show up with all the things. Like they gotta have their whole life together. They gotta have a six-figure income, a home, and all of these things. And he said, but y'all only have like Uncle Sam. Meaning, if you part, black, you know what that means to have only Uncle Sam, right? Meaning, you have Section 8, or you live in housing, you get the stamps, you get the works. But you expecting this man to be a six-figure nigga. And he was like, well, listen, why do we gotta be all of that and you only this? We standing on our two toes and y'all standing on Uncle Sam. Or he's like he said in the video, y'all standing on a white man. And so it just blew these chicks' mind. They were upset. And then that's when he proceeded to say, and then on top of that, y'all got the audacity to ask for the 250 in babysitting fees for me to go out with you. So not only do you want me to come through and be Captain Save a Hoe, you want me to initiate us dating by paying for the date and then coming out my pocket and paying for your babysitter. And I'm sorry, ladies, but I'm basically an objective person. I'm never subjective like that. I'm very objective. At least I like to think that I am. But I got to give it to Tim. He's right. I give it to Tim. Because, honey, that's crazy. Jason, you better call Purchase a Care for a babysitter. I don't know. They better call somebody. How about just call a baby daddy? Call baby daddy and see if he wanna it's his responsibility, or go out on baby daddy's weekend. Because I mean this it just goes so many ways with this. I was like, oh my God, these women just eating my bro alive, and I just feel so bad that he don't want to come back on the show. But again, like I said, you cannot have thin skin when try to come into you can't have thin skin on social media. It's just what it is, even if you're telling the truth. But again, the truth is subjective, because what I think is in my personal truth may not be yours. But let me say, I'm going under here to see what these ladies were saying, because it got a little bit crazy. Okay, so funny. So one lady asked him, "Are you dating a young age, your age or younger?" And he said, "I date older." And then one chick said, "What white man?" He was like, "The government." Then the lady put up a whole thing. She went and cropped up something off the internet, talk about some provision. The scope of provision includes financial support, food, clothing, and a secure environment. Do I gotta provide all of that? Happy Saturday, Angie. Do I gotta provide all of that to go on a date with you? Like, that is crazy. And so Timmy defended himself and said, "That's in marriage or a serious commitment, not on a first or second date." Like, what do you ladies want? Have we gotten that terrible? Are we that? I'm sorry, ladies. To me, that gives entitlement. That's entitlement. I meet you, and automatically I gotta provide. I just can't take you out on a date. That's just too much. Then one lady said, "Somebody, please do me a favor and take his phone. Take the man phone because he don't want to pay for your child, your babysitter, and he don't want to be your sugar daddy." That's crazy. Yeah, Jay said, "Focus on them gender roles too much." Angie Baby said, "I'm with you. It's ridiculous." It is. Thank you, Angie, because again, when I was just looking at this, I said, "Well, damn, it's either is something wrong. I'm downplaying myself and settling because I'm not asking for all of these things, or is something wrong with these chicks?" Because I was like, mm. And then one chick put up a meme that said they don't make a bus short enough for your dumb ass. I was like, what? Oh my god. Like, they serious. Serious. And they still asking about who is the white man and all this other stuff. And then one chick named Queen Shalant, you gonna realize the internet not about to agree with your philosophy like them crackheads and drunks you hang around with do. Come on. Come on, ladies. You know that ain't right. Let me see if I could play this clip again because I'm like, what in the whole entire three hells just happened in this little bit of time? It just like everything just went to the left. I thought I was gonna have a fab show on Friday, this Friday, and we was gonna talk about getting to the bag and unconventional ways. Cause honey, I was ready to have that conversation because I have done some crazy stuff to get to the bag. And you know, a lot of us has, and we don't like to admit it. That's the shit we like to sweep under the rug, you know. And then what was this week, Jay? Wasn't it sex workers week this week? Um, and I just had so much I wanted to say on that show. But then, you know, Tim just gracefully bowed out, and I respect it. 'Cause it was just a bit too much. It was just too much. And I just had a lot I wanted to say. I had a lot of perspective to give, you know. Legalized prostitution, oldest profession. Hey, NY Nikki. That's where I'm at with it. The white organizations ignored it. Of course. Of course. Yeah, we'll talk about it. But no, yeah, I'm so next Friday, well, this Friday coming up, we're gonna chat about getting to the bag, y'all. We're gonna have that conversation. I'm just sad that I couldn't have it last night because of these crazy ass babysitting paying MFers. Now messed it up and made my guests step away. But like I said, and I'm gonna repeat it again. You got to have thick skin if you gonna come on this internet, because people will come for you. They will come for you. That's it. That's all. My goodness. So while I'm waiting on my mouse to charge up, right? Because I didn't get the opportunity. Last night I was up working on my app. So please download the Peach ENT app. It's articles in there. It's some behind y'all. It's some behind the scenes videos and stuff in there. I have a behind the scenes hour video with Tim, and I'm so glad that I did it that way because he shared with me some of his other dating practices. So remember, he was on the episode F Your Type. And so we have a very in-depth conversation as to when you stop dating type, what do you do next? How do you reshape it? And he shared some interesting information. He was very candid. He opened up with me, and I appreciate it. And I'm so glad that that moment wasn't shared on the internet. So again, download the Peach ENT app. Go to your app store. Go to the app store. Type in the search bar Peach ENT. When my mouse charges, I will put the QR code so you can scan it and get it and go behind the scenes. And me and Tim have this very open conversation. You got to be mature to listen, and yeah. And I'm so glad we didn't do it on the internet because these people, it's a bit much. Them women was a bit much. They was much. What you say, Nikki? Everyone has a mask on until they prove they don't. The love for clicks and views have exposed a lot of people on here. Yeah. Right. And you're right. And ruined friendships. Honey. Yeah. I hope Tim don't hold it against me. But he did inbox me and said that was a bad clip. And in this space, when you're getting comments and engagement, that doesn't signify that that's a bad clip. It's actually a good clip. And it's a great way to start many conversations. But yeah, I have to find a way to turn that into a show, like a great check-in show topic, because I think we need to check our expectations of people. Let's check that. Check in. Are we having it? Are our expectations unrealistic? Are they too high? And then when does expectations bleed over to entitlement and neediness? Because that's what that is totally given to me. Entitlement and neediness. When I want somebody to come into my life and assume everything in it like they're my parent. I don't believe in being responsible for whole adults. I don't know about everybody else. I want to come into a partnership. Now, speaking of partnerships, as you know, Mel and Toy and I are the executive producers of the check-in. We do say a lot of things on the show, but it is very organized. We sit behind the scenes. We discuss what we're going to talk about and the possibility of where it's going to go. And there's a topic that keeps coming across the table for us to talk about. And I would love y'all opinion, right? Because to me, it's an old topic. It's old. I remember hearing it back in the 2000s. But apparently, Mel think that we should talk about the 50-50 rule. Do y'all agree? Y'all, please give me your opinion. Should the 50-50 rule be, one of the topics? I mean, it's old to me. See, I know look, Nikki, you get it. You get it. It's that cancer in you. Expect you got to expect what you're willing to get. Yes, that's how cancers roll. That's how we are. We give, we whatever we willing to give, that's what we willing to receive. Right. But we also give a lot too. And so sometimes it's hard for people to, get on the level of our giving and loving and caring. It could be too much for them depending on who they are. What'd you say, Jay? Yeah, sure. I am curious. Oh, the 50-50. Okay, so Jay said talk about the 50-50 rule. What you think, Nikki? Should we talk about the 50-50 rule? Now, if y'all don't know familiar with the 50-50 rule, that's that whole thing Medea was talking about. The 50-50 rule. And we can really get into that. I don't mind. It's just so old to me because I watched that show and I've heard so many discussions about it, but I guess we could talk about it. Toya and I was leaning towards talking about and I still have to come up with a topic of a good way to word it. We were thinking about discussing, should you uplift your partner or help your partner? Should you help your partner become who they need to be? Meaning, meaning you meet somebody, they are unemployed. I don't know what does it could be unemployment because of any circumstance, like lost their job or um they just not doing anything. Should you uplift your partner? Should you support your partner? That's a good one. Should you support your partner into greatness? And it could go other way. Like you could be the man and you have all the things, and then the female don't have it. And then you could be the female with all the things, and then the male doesn't have it. Right? So should you support your partner into greatness? So we still working on our show topic for tomorrow, but as always, it's going to be always dope and engaging. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I am tired. Mel woke me up at 6 something this morning with all these freaking fracking ideas. So I didn't have my full sleep. So y'all let me know. Are these good topics? Jay said Amber uplift me to get back into college and supported me, my evolution, and I did it for her as well. We both help uplift one another into greatness. Nikki said, yes, these are good topics. Okay. Yeah, because again, us as executive producers of the show, we watch a lot of things. We are on the internet all the time. We see a lot of clips. And one of the clips crossed Mel's desk, and then Mel sent it to me. And it was about a black male. Movie reviews always say, okay, we can review some movies and some series too. But Mel sent a clip of, and it was, basically about the reasons why black men go for white women. And the black guy said that they go for white women because white women accept black men for who they are today. Black women want the black man to be already packaged goods and have all the things. So, yes. That's why I said, should we talk about that? Because I mean, even with myself and my friends, we have different perspectives about meeting someone that, isn't the six-figure person or isn't all the way together. Should you bring that man up and uplift him into greatness, or should you leave him where he is and find someone that is not? So so it should be well, hello. So I think we probably talk about that, and then we'll hit the 50-50 rule. And I do like that Nikki adds some movie reviews in there too, and some series, like, because listen, I would love, and I don't know if y'all watch Bridgerton, honey. I was so mad that Bridgerton I can't wait for the next season. That is my series. I love me some Bridgerton. And I would love to have some reviews on that. What do y'all think of Bridgerton, honey? Mm, that old fashioned romance. Love it. And if you are wise and you could see how this next season gonna go, then you know it's going to be fire and interesting. So I cannot wait. But these is all fabulous ideas. Anybody else got any other ideas you would like to see added into the check-in? Now, the last Sunday's check-in was a flop. I don't know why Toya picked that damn topic talking about co-parenting, honey. I am not. Listen, I was never with the co-parenting game. God bless everybody that can do it, but listen, I was the crazy bitch in the bush, like, listen, jumping out. If you leave me with this child, it's gonna be hell to pay because we doing this together. Suck it up, buttercup. Suck it up. You got a problem. I got a problem. We got problems behind the kids because we gonna raise these kids and they gonna have everything. Listen, when it comes to the children, I'll be on some 19, 20, 22 shit. We riding it out. And then when they get older, then we can, fly the coop on away from each other. But yeah, that topic was a bit much. Nikki said they do, but they can't withstand the ish we have been through. The ish situations have a factor on how we move. We don't like it, but it is what it is. That conditioning intimidates our men. We move different and guarded. Yeah, women, yeah. But yeah, I think that'll make for an interesting topic. And what I love about the check-in on Sundays and on any other days, it'd be just as many men in the comment section as women. So I am interested because that topic would be a very like a double standard, and I'm not a fan of double standards. I just don't believe in it. I don't like the whole gender shit that go on with it, the gender roles, the gender assumptions or whatever. So I know when we have this topic, it's probably gonna be a woman that come in. Well, I'm a woman and he's a man, and I ain't gotta have nothing, but he should uplift me. He should get me to where I need to be. I should become my best self, and he should be okay with it. And then it's gonna be, a woman that said, "But I ain't bringing that man up if he ain't got nothing." But you want him to bring you up. You want him to lift you out of darkness. So I think we will have that conversation. And I will say it here because I know not many people watch me on the Saturday afternoon. But okay, ladies, clear mind, clear perspective, ladies and gentlemen, right? Could you imagine? We always talking about, and if you white, that's fine. Stay in, listen. But I'm talking to my black people, right? We always talking about our race and why we not where white people are and all the other races, right? And we wonder why they're doing so well and um how they could come together and form like Voltron to turn against us. Do we not feel like we have a hand in that? Hey Maybach, I told on them. I told on you. I told them how you be doing me in the morning, how you did me this morning. But either way, don't we have, you don't think as black women we have a hand in that? And I'm just going to give my opinion. We have a hand in that. Because if we want our race to be better, we can't be leaving people behind. And I'm not saying just go and get any black man off the street. I'm saying if he is a black man and he brings you peace and comfort, right? And y'all can work together. Why can't we come together at this table? And I may have more today, but if we work together tomorrow, we can both have more. Have we thought about that? And I get what you're saying, Nikki. Nikki said, wait, we meet equally at the table and bills come later. I won't mother a man. Those mommy issues are mine. I get I get that, Nikki. But again, like I said, if you met a man and together y'all work well together, y'all have a great understanding, and y'all spiritually connect and emotionally can connect, and he doesn't have all the things that you have, right? Why can't y'all come to the table and work it? Now, the man that got the mommy issues, believe it or not, there is a woman that's perfect for him that wants to mother him. You may not be that woman, but there's somebody who can. And okay, and so like I said to a friend, if we keep reaching upward, and which is fine, right? That's fine. We can reach upward. I don't want to hear about why our race is away. Oh, our race and this and that and what and because we're not, what are we doing about it? We leaving people behind. But that's just my opinion. You know, that is just my opinion. Non-compliance equals slander. That's their insecurities talking. Yeah, I just, for me, I see it a different way. Jay said, well, don't talk about all Black Lives Matter if they don't. But I digress. Hey, isn't that a funny slogan, Jay? We got the t-shirts, we got it all. Black Lives Matter until we got to think about Black lives. I don't know, but I think it'd be a great discussion just for us to sit and chat and talk about, should you date in today's standards? Should you date beneath you? I don't see him as beneath. I just sometimes we got to look at things for what it is. As women, we have more opportunities. Not to say that men can't seize the day, but how many men are actually out there seizing the day like that or have the capacity to do so? And again, I was raised by people born in the 30s, so my mind state is just always going to be a little bit different. I think about my grandparents. My grandfather couldn't read. He could not read at all. Now, according to today's standards, you would marry him. Where we going with this non-reading Negro? Where we going with him? But they managed to get a house and everything else and raise two generations of people with a non-reading man. You know how they did it? They sat at the table, they worked together. She knew how to read, he didn't. She applied for it. He saw a job that he wanted. She filled out the application. He went to the job. They told him he was going to drive a forklift. He drew a picture of the forklift. He came home to his wife. Together, they studied the forklift, and the rest is history. And you got me on this live stream, a product of their love and patience for each other. So it's some things we need to think about. She could have easily said, oh, he ain't on my level. Fats Domino. My grandmother was dating Fats Domino at the time. She could have been a rich bitch. But she chose him. And I'm here talking about shit to you. And I'm doing well in life. I'm happy, and I'm trying to find my person. So it's something to think about. Women, are we, or men, that have all these high expectations. Like I said last week, fuck your type because your type probably don't want you anyway. Are we being unrealistic? Are we just kicking? You could have kicked your person away a long time ago because love ain't supposed to be like that. I don't know. I mean, I ain't supposed to be in there helping this nigga when I could just sit here and wait and somebody gonna fly in here and he gonna have it all the way together. And then we gonna fly off into the sunset. Sometimes it don't work like that, boo boo. The person that you supposed to spiritually connect with, it be so funny the way you meet them. You won't even believe it. Don't the creators still have miracles? That person may be, sitting somewhere right now today outside homeless, and then tomorrow you and him might be living in the goddamn mansion with work. I ain't completely delusional, y'all. So, but yeah, I think we should have that conversation. Should you help build up your partner? That's the words. Are you ready to build up your partner, or should you build up your partner? And then there's a flip side to that too, like Mel and I discussed. Again, producers of the show, we always discussing before we have these topics. You know, if you choose to have that relationship dynamic, how does it work? You know what I'm saying? How does that work? If you choose to have that relationship dynamic, it's just not about the man stepping in or the woman stepping in, whomever stepping in, and they don't have nothing to offer. And they remain that way because you can offer something that's called sweat equity. You could come into the space and fill in the voids for the woman that has everything or the man that has everything. Because if you are the financial breadwinner, of course, it's just some things you don't have time to do. So, yeah, I think we will have that discussion tomorrow. Maybach said we can want what we want. We can want what we want, but at the same time, we have to be logic. We have to be practical and live in reality. Yup. And the reality is, if we can get, I don't have statistics in front of me. I'll have it tomorrow. The reality is, most of the successful people within the black race are the black women. Reality is. So if it's not as many successful black men and you want a black man, what are we doing? Because I don't know about y'all. I know what I like. And it's not a slight on anyone that likes to date other races. But I like mine. Well, you know what? That used to be my type, right? I told y'all last week I was obsessed with charcoal looking men, but that ain't my thing now. I'm looking for somebody that's nice and we can work together well and they make me happy. And they not a bitch ass nigga. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't like bitch ass niggas. Nikki said, yes, I have experienced that myself. Some people don't realize the blessings right in front of them. They are used to what they are used to. Same ish, same outcome. Correct. Correct, correct, correct. Yes. So my life has ended on TikTok. I didn't know TikTok only give you about 44 minutes, I guess, on there because I'm streaming from a site or whatever, but that's fine. But yeah, I think we will have this conversation. I think it's going to work out well. I think, you know, um, we'll get a lot of feedback and maybe we could get somewhere. Maybe, we might walk away with people getting coupled up. I don't know. But I just like to have real ass conversation with real ass people that can humble themselves and look at things for what it is. And I think sometimes some of us, including myself, can be very delusional. Very, very delusional. Just like Tim says, the delusion is, how could you be a woman with nothing when a man with something, but then you won't be willing to date a man with nothing, or vice versa. Nikki said looks do matter, character does more. Honey, Nikki, I don't know. Character matters to me. Looks don't matter, honey. I done been with some excuse me. Cause I don't know if they watching and I don't wanna offend nobody. But I've been with some unattractive people in my life because they were nice. Mm. Oh, hey cuz, hey cuz, hey cuz. My cuz is on here. Karan. Hey cuzzy cuz. Um, and yeah. So I wrote a blog. I started back blogging, writing articles, and of course I've been writing my blogs. I figure again, because blacks, we learn from storytelling. And when we watch each other, we learn, right? So I started just excuse me, when I wake up, or if I have the time, I share my day within my diary that's within my app. And then I started writing articles. I'm like, we talk all this nice fly shit. Like, we be giving out so much knowledge on the check-in that y'all don't even really know that you do. So I just started summing up some of the check-ins, and I'm gonna continue to do so. And they are in articles, and I'll start to share them on my social media pages, so people can go back on it, read it, take from it, maybe add to it. Feel free to comment at the end of the article. Let me know what you think. Maybe I said some beautiful women with ugly souls. Yeah, there's some beautiful men with ugly souls too. All right, so let me show y'all what is in that app. Oh, it didn't download. All right, let's check my desktop. Oh, okay. So, one of the articles that's inside the app, right? I had to write about this. Fuck your type, yo. Inside the app, there is a little article in there. It's on the homepage, and you could read it. It's about fuck your type. And I just sum up what's going on, some things that we discussed, general article, some things for you to take a look at, and then share it if you want. Each one teach one, because we really, as a culture, we got to do better in the way we connect with each other, connecting, with our men, with our children, and the check-in is not meant to be obviously educational, but it is meant to impart wisdom by having you look inside of you and then making better decisions for yourself. But we just do it in a funny way. So that's why I love the check-in. I don't come at you, or Toya doesn't come at you condemning you. You are the judge and jury of yourself. Have y'all noticed that about the check-in? Have you walked away listening to different people's perspectives and like, I learned something tonight. I didn't think that way, but I'm going to implement that into my little playbook. I know I do, and I'm the host on that show. hmm But yeah, y'all, it's Saturday. I don't have any plans. I think I am planning to work on my craft and work on my nonprofit stuff today. I don't think I really want to go out. Um, I don't know what y'all doing. Please share in the comments. Maybe y'all can inspire me to get out of this bed. Nikki said, personal choice and perspectives have to be your own, not anyone else's. Manipulation is real, the start of control tactics. Thank you, Nikki. So, what are y'all going to do on Saturday? Well, today. Y'all got any specific plans? Anything that y'all going to do today? I know I'm going to sit here on this bed. Ladies, what I'm about to say, y'all know what time it is. I'm having that woman moment, and I don't feel like getting out into the world like that. So I'm just going to chill. I'm probably going to catch up on this new show that I done stumble onto called The Monarch because I love sci-fi. It got Kong in it, got Godzilla in it. It's talking about that whole Monarch program about how it's monsters in the world. And honey, I'm watching because I'm looking for some cues. It might be some cues and clues or something that these elite people trying to warn us about that these things actually really exist, and then they got a nerve to be talking about parallel planes and dimensions on there. And I just smiled because we always talk about that, right? TMI. I could talk about that, Mel. This lady's on here having a moment. It's real. It's real. But anyway, this was my time. I hope you join Toya and I tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. ish. We will be discussing what we discussed here about, should you build your partner? Should you build your partner? Can you build your partner? Look inside yourself and see if you can do that. If you can't, that's fine and it's all good. But we're going to talk about um the pros and cons of it. And then you'll walk away knowing if it's good for you. And that's something you are prepared to do. Um, yeah. So y'all have a fabulous Saturday. Oop, it's my mother's birthday. I gotta make a phone call. I will talk to y'all later. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. I love everybody. Please share the live. Please, please, please go to the mobile app. Let me see if I can share this QR code really quick. It's articles, there's all kinds of stuff in there. It's the behind the scenes information. It's listen, we trying to build us a community because I don't even think YouTube and all of that, all these sanctions, what I can say, what I can't say, I could do whatever I want on my own personal app. And y'all feel free. If y'all got some T-bombs about people, please feel free to drop it in one of my groups, the tea, because if I see it and it's juicy enough, I will be sharing it on the live stream, and I will not say it's you, and I will share that situation. And I don't care if the person is in the chat. We'll have that, as long as it's not too messy. We could turn it into an episode to actually discuss, and then maybe the person to see the situation within themselves. You know what I'm saying? But again, I love everyone on here. Thank you for tuning in. I'm getting off of here. I want some ice cream or something. I want to do something. I don't know. Nope. I'm going to stay in this bed. Y'all have a fabulous Saturday. See y'all later. Bye.